Thank you, everybody, for coming on out. My name is Marco Gonzalez. We represent our client Sarah Olson in family law proceedings, here in Harris County. And so got a chance to speak with my client Sarah maybe a couple of hours ago at around 5 o'clock this afternoon, and so these, I jotted down some things that she wanted me to say on her behalf. So first of all, she really wants to make sure that her utmost priority is to make sure that justice is done for her baby Samuel. Okay, and she also doesn't want people to forget, his name. Obviously, there's a tragedy that's happened, and she's hurting very deeply, right now. And right now, she just wants to see her baby. She has not, seen the baby as of yet, so there hasn't been any identification, done by, my client Sarah, on Samuel as of yet. She's with her family, and she's waiting for any detectives, to give her a call so she can do the identification process. So right now, she doesn't want to speak with anybody in the media until she sees, this child first. Because obviously there's still a glimmer of hope that because it hasn't been 100% identified, that there's a glimmer, small, albeit small, trying to be realistic, as well, but that it might not be, Samuel. So since she hasn't had a chance to identify, the child yet, so she doesn't, she's still coping and trying to get all this information and process it, her way right now until, she feels that she can gather the strength in order to speak with y'all. Now, also, she feels she's glad, that the girlfriend Teresa is in custody, because she feels that, obviously she played a part in it, especially with, the set of facts that were coming out, or the stories, that were made up a few days ago as to this made-up officer. And we all know that is what's going on, that Teresa is in custody. But she also strongly believes that Dalton, the child's father, should also be in custody, because she feels that 100% that they both, have something to do, with this. So she's hoping, and praying that he also will be taken into custody, so that justice could be done for Samuel. And she, to reiterate what I just said, that she feels that if Samuel is deceased, as this is her child after the identification process, that she feels 100% of the blame is on both, Dalton, and Teresa in this situation. And she just wants to see her baby, and she knows people want to hear from her, but then obviously, she is not ready now, and she might need another day or two or so, and before she can be able to speak to people. And she just wants everybody to know that, she's completely heartbroken, and, she, even though the identification process hasn't been done, that she feels that that a boy that was found in Jasper is her son, Samuel, but it's not, 100%, because she hasn't put her eyes on the body yet. She hasn't gotten a call from the detectives in order to make that happen. And she just wants everybody to please keep her son Samuel in their prayers. So those are those are her words that she wanted me to relay. So, and at that time, and I guess, that's it for right now. And like I said, what she said was, as soon as she's able to be with her child and be able to do the identification process, then hopefully she'll be able to, have the strength, have the courage in order to come out and talk with y'all herself.
Did she say why she thought Dalton was involved?
I'm sorry.
Did she go into any detail why she suspected that Dalton could be involved too?
I mean, from the fact that the child last time was seen on April the 30th, an entire month, and then this concocted story about this fake officer just 1 week ago. I mean, it just doesn't add up. And if he's this Samuel's been in Dalton's possession since April 30th, then, and for him not to say anything or do anything, then obviously it seems like it was both of them orchestrating something.
Is she heading to Jasper or something?
No, she's not, because she's waiting for the phone call from detectives in order to do the identification process. So she said that nobody has asked her to go to Jasper, or so that right now there's really, I guess, no need for her to go to Jasper right now until, she's asked the detectives, ask her, to go. So she's taking calls from the detectives. She's not really taking calls from anybody else. She's taking, calls from us, but that's it. She's trying to work with the investigators, the detectives, and, she's taking our calls, because she wants, her voice to go through us right now.
To your knowledge, Dalton is not in custody, correct?
To my knowledge, no. But, that's something that she feels should happen.
Can you kind of explain what she was talking about when she was referring to Tanya, the grandmother, Dalton's mother? She doesn't think that she was involved?
What she said is like, she feels that this is on Dalton and Theresa. That so she doesn't want to. Her feelings are that the paternal grandmother, right now, she doesn't feel that she's involved. But, I mean, when the facts come out, through the investigation and everything, maybe that changes. But in her heart of hearts, she feels that, it's on just those two.
Dalton's family has come out, very publicly about the fact that they had no idea about this. Did she react to those statements at all? Did she have any contact with Dalton or his family?
No, but I mean, she obviously, reacted to the thought of, the story about that she went with some unknown person dressed up as a police officer in order to obtain custody from Theresa. I mean, she couldn't believe that story. She was just, I mean, it was outrageous. I mean, it should be outrageous to, everybody. I mean, like when I first saw it on the news, when Theresa said that, I mean, just looking at it, you could tell she was lying. And even, I mean, when I first saw it, with some of my colleagues, here yesterday morning, I was like, okay, he's lying. You can tell he's lying, because this is our profession. I mean, we deal with all kinds of cases in different areas of law here, and as lawyers, we got to try to, depict if somebody's telling the truth or lying, and and that's how our next line of questioning is going to go. And if we can, feel that we're going to pin somebody down, on the witness stand, in front of a court proceeding. So I mean, just looking at the way his demeanor and his tone, and looking off, to the left from me, I was like, this guy's lying. And as soon as she started speaking, that showing no emotions, when she was saying, I was like, she's lying too. I mean, they're up to something, And what's crazy is that was yesterday morning, and then at the night, that all of a sudden, the child is found in Jasper, and her mugshot has been placed everywhere. So, man, it's a rough situation. And even when I spoke with a client, Miss Olson, I mean, it was tough to even get these words out, from her. So obviously she needs more time, like any of us would need more time if we were faced and put in her shoes.
Did you say it was April the 30th, the last time that Sarah saw Sam?
No, it was April 30th was the last time, in the school.
When was the last time Sarah saw him?
The last time Sarah, like I think I said this morning or said yesterday, it was like summertime last year. And it's just, been a nightmare, for her this past year.
What has it been like for you all trying to nail down the facts?
I mean, probably as hard as the police investigators, the times that they have with every investigation they're going through to try to nail down the facts. Because when people are slick and sly and trying to get away with things, they're going to come up and, they're going to come up with, all kinds of stories and all kinds of, things to try to throw investigators or throw the media or throw any reasonable person off of their set. And so it must be it's tough for investigators, it's tough for lawyers to get to the bottom bottom of things, because when people come to us, we had nothing to do with what happened in their lives before they walked in, and then now, obviously, there's also two sides to every story. We get our client side, on things, and then we got to go find out more facts as well, too, because even, people have different interpretations of different things that they go through or different things they hear or see, so, I mean, it's tough. Getting the facts on anything in any line of business, is tough. So, I mean, obviously finding out the facts as us, as lawyers, is tough as well too.
On Monday, the police kept calling it a complicated case. I take it you would agree with that it's a complicated case.
Yeah, when lies, are being thrown out there, when unbelievable stories are being, thrown out there, yeah, it complicates, everything. I mean, it's not like an easy, CSI, type of television investigation where, you can find DNA here, you can find some fingerprints, there, and be able to, solve things. I mean, we live in the real world, and it's not a TV show, and this type of case, dealing with these type of emotions and dealing with, the court system, dealing with, people trying to avoid different things and lies, this, throughout that we feel for the last, year, on that other side is, complicates, everything.
Do you know if Sarah had any negative interaction with Teresa Balboa in the past, or, had any, really negative feelings about this?
No, I didn't go over that with her. I don't think that they had much communication at all.
Do you know how Sarah found out, or where she was and who she was with by any chance?
When she found out,
Last night, when she found out about the Jasper development.
she was with her family. Yeah, and I mean, couldn't imagine, couldn't imagine a phone call like that.
The relationship between your client and the father, if they haven't been together, I guess, in a year, Sammy was gone from his mom for a year. I mean, was there like bad blood between them?
I mean, they were married in like 2015, and but they ceased to live together in 2017. So they've been, they didn't go through the divorce proceedings till 2019, but they were living separately since 2017. So, I guess, when people are together and they start, to go on separate paths, then they start meeting other people, but then obviously, the paperwork, eventually ends up getting filed, so the divorce proceedings can get finalized.
Did they share custody?
I think it was joint managing conservatorship, but she was primary. Anything else?
No, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're gonna do it in Spanish.